Kansas City is the most underrated city in America. There, I said it. For the longest time, Kansas City has been that kind of like cool, low-key spot that not everyone knew about, but recently we've been getting the spotlight we deserve. We've popped up on some pretty awesome lists recently, including the top 10 places to visit in 2024, according to the Wall Street Journal. So in this video, I'm going to dive into the real reasons why Kansas City is such a standout place to live, work, and play. And the last one might be the one you'd least suspect. Now, if we haven't met yet, I'm Kyle, a local realtor, and my team and I, we help people just like you relocate to Kansas City. In fact, most of my clients come from this YouTube channel, so don't hesitate to reach out if you're considering a move to KC. This first reason might not sound like the flashiest feature, but hear me out on this. Yes, we're in the middle of the map, landlocked, but that's exactly what makes KC such a strategic spot. You're literally at the heart of the country, and that opens up a world of possibilities, especially if you're into traveling. Whether you want to hop in your car and drive for 3 hours and explore the vibrant streets of Omaha, or an 8-hour drive to Denver where the Rocky Mountains await you with open arms, or maybe you're in the mood for some Southern charm and live music. Drive 8 hours down to Nashville and soak in that rich country music history. Each of these destinations offers its own unique flavor, culture, and experiences, and they're all just a short road trip away from KC. Not to mention that being centrally located means that you're just a quick 3-hour flight away from either coast. And now that we have a new international airport, we have even more direct flights to places like Mexico and Jamaica. So when you think about it, Kansas City isn't just landlocked, it's a hub from which countless adventures begin. Whether you're a spontaneous weekend traveler or a planned vacation enthusiast, KC's location gives you the freedom to explore a diverse range of places without the hassle of long flights or long road trips. Moving on to what's probably the biggest draw for people considering a move to Kansas City, it's all about that affordability. KC is a place where you get way more bang for your buck. According to bestplaces.net, Kansas City scores an 88.4 out of 100 in the cost of living scale, which puts us well below the national average. And that's a big deal, especially if you're moving from a more expensive market like a Denver or anywhere in California. And when it comes to affordability, housing is where you'll typically see the most significant savings, especially when comparing Kansas City to other markets. Let's break it down with some numbers. In Kansas City, the average cost per square foot of a home is around $152. Now let's look at some other cities for comparison. Just across state line in Overland Park, it's $186 per square foot. Head down to Dallas and it jumps up to $236. Phoenix, and you're looking at $278 per square foot. Meanwhile, Denver, my former home, comes in at $344 per square foot. And for those of you coming from either of the coasts, it jumps even further into the stratosphere. In San Diego, the average cost skyrockets to $724. Meanwhile, in New York, it's an eye-watering $803 per square foot. So what does all this mean for you? Simply put, in Kansas City, you get more space, more amenities, and more freedom to live the way you want, all without breaking the bank. It's no wonder people are catching on and making the move to KC. Next up on our list, and something that really sets Kansas City apart, is the distinct character of our neighborhoods. Each area in KC has its own unique vibe and personality. Let's start with the iconic Country Club District. Here you'll stumble upon gyms like the West Plaza, where historic meets contemporary architecture. Then there's Brookside and Waldo. Think tree-lined streets, a friendly vibe, and everything you need just a stone's throw away. But that's not all. Take a step back in time to the historic Northeast. Pendleton Heights, Kansas City's second oldest residential neighborhood, is a living history book. Then there's Midtown. Oh, Midtown. This is where the heart of Kansas City beats the loudest. Iconic neighborhoods like Westport, Volker, and Hyde Park, each with its own personality. And for those who love the city's hustle and bustle, you've got choices galore, from the eclectic River Market to the artsy Crossroads and the ever-evolving downtown. Each area offers a different slice of city life. But Kansas City isn't just about the urban experience. Take the West Side neighborhood, rich in cultural significance, or the serene serene suburbs north of the river. So whether you're looking for the buzz of the city life or the quiet corner to call your own, Kansas City's neighborhoods offer a world of choice. Speaking of suburbs, that's another area where Kansas City really stands out. Let's talk about Overland Park. Just for a second, it's not just a suburb, it's a major city in its own right. OP consistently ranks as one of the best places to live in the entire country. Imagine living in a place that's got it all. Great schools, amazing parks, a sense of community. That's Overland Park for you. But the suburban magic doesn't stop there. Take Lenexa, for example. They poured millions into creating a brand new downtown city center. It's like they're bringing a slice of urban chic right into the suburban setting. And it's not just about big projects, it's about creating space where community thrives. Now let's talk about growth. Have you heard of Gardner or Spring Hill? Probably not, but these smaller suburbs are on the rise, literally booming. Spring Hill in particular is the fastest growing city in the metro area. It's exciting to see these places evolve, offering new opportunities and a fresh vibe. And hey, that's just the Kansas side of things. Over in Missouri, you've got gyms like Lee Summit, the 6th largest city in the state, home to over 100,000 people. The downtown area is a blend of history and modernity, filled with local shops and restaurants that give it a unique character. Then there's Parkville, a picturesque suburb nestled along the Missouri River with its beautiful English Landing Park and the Parkville Nature Sanctuary. It's the kind of place where you can spend a perfect summer day just soaking in the beauty and tranquility. So as you can see, Kansas City is more than just iconic neighborhoods. It's a tapestry of diverse suburbs, each offering something special. Whether you're looking for the hustle and bustle of a growing city or the peaceful charm of a riverside town, KC's suburbs have something for everyone. Now, before we get into the next one, the only thing that I ask for creating these videos is that you give it a thumbs up so more people just like you can find my channel. This next one is a big reason for us catching more national recognition, and that's the exciting new developments taking place here in Kansas City. Did you know we're making history right here in the West Bottoms? The first ever entertainment district built on a bridge is taking shape. It's called the Rock Island Bridge, and it's set to open this summer. Imagine hanging out, dining, having fun on a bridge with a view. It's gonna be a game changer for the city. Then we've got CPKC Stadium, the home turf of the KC Current. What's super cool about this stadium in particular is that it's the first ever built exclusively for a women's soccer club. 2024 season tickets are already sold out, and they'll also host concerts and other events during the warmer months. Then you have the South Loop project. Picture this, a park covering I-635 downtown, seamlessly connecting downtown and the Crossroads Art District. It's like we're stitching the heart of the city together with green spaces and art. And that's just scratching the surface. Kansas City is buzzing with projects, some proposed, others already underway, that are set to transform the cityscape in the coming years. From innovative public spaces to architectural marvels, the future of KC looks brighter than ever. It's no wonder people are excited about Kansas City. Next on our list, let's talk about something that might just surprise you: the actual size of Kansas City. Yeah, KC is way bigger than many people realize. Did you know we're the 31st largest metro in the entire country? That's right, KC is right there with some pretty well-known cities. Austin, Orlando, Sacramento, Las Vegas. These are cities that probably pop in your head when you think of major urban areas. And Kansas City is right on their heels in terms of population size. It's something that often flies under the radar, and that's exactly why KC is such a hidden gem. But here's the real charm of Kansas City. It's a big city that somehow manages to maintain a small town feel. It's like having the best of both worlds. You've got all the amenities and opportunities of a large metro, but with a community vibe that's warm and welcoming. People here are friendly, and it's super easy to feel like you belong and build your own community. In Kansas City, you're not just another face in the crowd. You can make real connections, get involved with local events, and really feel part of something special. So while KC might not always be the first city that comes to mind when you think of major metros, it's definitely one that should be on your radar. Speaking of the people in KC, this is a topic that I just can't skip. Now, I've mentioned this before on my channel, but it's worth repeating. Just recently, I had a couple visiting from Chicago, and they were taken aback by the hospitality right here in Kansas City. They couldn't stop talking about how welcoming everyone was. So no apologies from me for bringing this up again. It's a huge part of what makes Kansas City stand out. Another key aspect that truly makes Kansas City a hidden gem is its strong job market. We're talking about an unemployment rate that's consistently well below the national average. This isn't just by chance. It's a reflection of the dynamic economic landscape we have here in KC. Take a look at some of the big names calling Kansas City home. T-Mobile, Garmin, and Hallmark. These aren't just companies, they're institutions that have helped shape the city's job market. And let's not forget about the healthcare sector, a major player in KC's employment scene, alongside renowned engineering firms like Black & Veatch and Burns & McDonnell. But the growth doesn't stop there. We're on the radar of some of the biggest tech giants. Meta is in the process of building a data center right here in our backyard, and Google recently acquired over 800 acres, fueling rumors of another data center on the horizon. These developments are huge for Kansas City, signaling a tech boom that's set to bring even more vibrancy to our job market. And the cherry on top, the $4 billion Panasonic plant, which is being built in DeSoto, Kansas. This isn't just another factory. It's a game changer that's expected to add 4,000 jobs to the metro area. So what does all this mean for you? It means Kansas City isn't just a great place to live, it's a land of opportunity. Whether you're starting a career or looking to make a move or seeking a fresh start, KC offers a wealth of opportunities to maintain a high quality of life. Continuing on the theme of strong job market, let's talk about why Kansas City is also an entrepreneur's paradise. Think about it. We've already touched on the incredible Midwestern hospitality that's a hallmark of Kansas City. This welcoming spirit isn't just about friendliness, it extends into the business world, especially when it comes to supporting local entrepreneurs. In Kansas City, there's a real sense of community pride in seeing local businesses thrive. Take companies like Made in KC, Cafe, Charlie Hustle, and Jay Rieger, for instance. These aren't just businesses, they're local success stories born and bred right here in KC. The support they receive from Kansas Cityans is phenomenal. It's not just about buying local, it's about a community rallying behind its own. This supportive environment makes KC an ideal place for entrepreneurs. Whether you're opening a cafe, starting a boutique, or launching a tech startup, you'll find a community ready to embrace and support your venture. So if you're an entrepreneur looking for a place to call home, a place where your business can grow and be embraced by the community, Kansas City should definitely be on your radar. Last but not least, let's address a common misconception about Kansas City. Sure, we might not have the mountains or the ocean, but that doesn't mean KC falls short on outdoor recreation. In fact, we're bursting with opportunities for those who love to get out and enjoy nature. Kansas City is home to a plethora of trails that cater to all levels of explorers. Whether you're looking for a leisurely hike or an adrenaline-pumping mountain bike ride, you'll find the perfect trail here. But it's not just about the trails. KC is also rich with lakes. Whether you're looking at spending a sunny day out on the water, fishing, kayaking, or just enjoying a boat ride, the choices are abundant and each lake offers its own unique experience. In parks, we've got them in spades. Take Shawnee Mission Park, for example. It's not just a park, it's a green oasis where you can disconnect from the hustle and bustle of the city life. Then there's Powell Gardens, our stunning 970-acre botanical garden. It's like stepping into a living painting where the beauty of nature unfolds around you. For the winter sports enthusiasts, don't think I've forgotten about you. Snow Creek is your go-to spot for skiing and snowboarding right here in KC. It may not be the Rocky Mountains, but it's always hopping during the winter months. Now, you might not be fully convinced that KC is the most underrated city in America, and that's totally okay. We're quite content with our under-the-radar status. In fact, there's something special about being the underdog. It gives Kansas City a unique charm and a sense of community that you won't find in those other big-name cities. But let's say you are convinced and you want to find out more about what Kansas City has to offer. Well, first up, don't hesitate to reach out. My team and I are experts when it comes to helping people relocate to KC. But if you want to get into some of the neighborhoods and what they're like, then be sure to check out this next video here. It's my top 10 neighborhoods in Kansas City video that will give you all the insight that you need.